Welcome back to the Alchemy of Numbers. We are switching things up a little bit. We're going to do something a little different. And what I have in mind for you is a series of little mini podcasts, little bite-sized chunks that will help you use numerology in your daily life, that will help you understand how you can use these tools to support your clients, to support yourself in order to experience healing, growth, transformation, reaching your goals. I see so many one size fits all advice out there, particularly around manifestation, goal setting. I mean, it is the start of the year, right? The start of 2025. And so there's lots of conversation, myself included, around what do we want going forward? What are your intentions? Create a word of the year, come up with an action plan, set up some smart goals. And all of this advice is great. I'm not knocking it. But what I want you to understand is that there is not a one size fits all approach. Some manifestation techniques drive me bonkers, right? They absolutely make me crazy. And it's because they give the impression that a certain strategy, technique, or habit will work for everyone. And that is absolutely not true. It's not one size fits all. Different people who have their energy codes distributed in different ways will find that different processes work best for them. And in numerology, you can really look at this through where your energy is dominant. Every single number has an influence of an analytical influence, a emotional influence, and a physical influence. And when you have a dominance in any of those energetic planes, that's going to play into what practices and tools will most help you move forward, will most help you integrate, will most help you process things, move energy, and really step into the outcomes, the desires, the experiences that your soul is longing for. So, whether you're looking at your own growth path or whether you're supporting loved ones, whether it's clients, children, family members, your bestie, if you learn this about them, you are going to be able to support them in the most profound and powerful ways. So, what I want you to do is I want you to look at the numbers in your birthday. Okay, so you've got the numbers 1 through 9, you've got these digits laid out in your birthday. I'm going to kind of quickly run through what numbers are what. So you might want to just dot the digits down on a piece of paper so you can look at them as I'm telling you this. But if you have the numbers 369, especially if you have all of those numbers, you are going to have some dominance in the mental and analytical energy plane. And what that means is logic, understanding, reasoning, things need to make sense to you. You need to be able to logic your way through something. You need to understand it. It needs to be something that your brain can wrap itself around. And so, things that are explainable, things that are evidence-based, this is going to be really helpful for you because it's going to build upon your natural motivations. If you have the numbers 2, 5, and 8, particularly if you have all of them, you will have a more emotional dominance. And for the emotion dominance people, that's me. I have the numbers 2, 5, and 8. What that means is you need to really be able to feel it, right? You need to feel the why behind it. You need to feel what it's going to do. And it needs to be connected to a core emotion or a core value for you in order to activate the emotional body. If you can't activate the emotional body, it doesn't matter how many stats prove it's true. It doesn't matter how logical and analytical the process and the practice is. If you can't connect it to the emotions of the why, it's not going to speak to you and you won't do it, right? It won't work for you. And that's why I get frustrated with vision boards because, well, yes, my brain can see a picture and it's like, yeah, logically, that's a good thing. That's a thing I want. You cut it out of the magazine, you glue it on the paper, you're like, oh, that's good. But if I don't take the images and translate them into feelings, they won't do anything for me. So I need to be very aware that when I'm doing a practice, I need to get to the underlying emotions under it and work on it from that angle. And then the final one is physical. So the physical is the 1, the 4, and the 7. So if you have all of those numbers, you're going to be predominantly a physical energetic plane dominance. And you need to involve your physical body. There needs to be movement. There needs to be tangible things like a physical anchor, right? I often say for physical people, if you can move while you're doing stuff, it's helpful. Like say your affirmations while you're doing squats, do a walking meditation, use anchors in your day-to-day life like a crystal or something physical that you can hold in your hand. And that type of physical connection is actually going to create so much better outcomes for you than without it. So the vision board actually might be helpful for physical people as well, especially if you can like touch it, right? It's that physical embodiment piece that's so critical for people with the 1, the 4, and the 7. So I hope this gives you some ideas as to how, when you understand the energetic codes that you carry and your clients carry, you can actually help them with their growth and with their healing so much more effectively because you can pick tools and practices that will get to the outcomes that you and they want to choose together, right? Giving someone the wrong practice according to their codes is going to generate less results and frustration for both of you. So I hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed this, please, please, please follow my podcast. You know the drill. Rate this, share this out, get the podcast algorithm working for me. Post it on your Instagram, share it with some friends, and stay tuned because I have some more of these little minis for you coming up. And send me a note. If you like these minis, I want to know. And if you have any questions, topics you want me to cover, reach out. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for being with me on the Alchemy of Numbers podcast, and we'll see you next time. Mwah.